We are sitting out and giving red meat to Fox News instead of talking about the real issues.
Meanwhile, there's a $400 billion jet with Trump's name on it.
I think what they'll try to do is they'll try to have kind of this, I'm speaking out, and they're hoping that people only see them talking and don't see what they're... I cannot wait until voters have an opportunity to say, you took food out of my mouth, you took a roof from over my head, you're responsible for making sure that I do not have...
Hey everybody, this is Dean FM, Dean Fraser Milford, here for your creature comfort, and today I wanted to do another reaction video. This one's going to be to Representative Jasmine Crockettett. GOP is starving families while feeding Fox News, and yes, we all know the Fox News network of bullshit going on. Not to be getting out, the right stuff ain't getting to the right people. They be brainwashing a lot of their audience, and I think the news hosts in and of themselves are brainwashed. Let's see what she got to say about Fox News and the propaganda machine that is such. Please make sure to check out all my stuff. This is by the channel Representative Jasmine Crockettett.
Jasmine Crockett's a Democrat of Texas. She serves as the vice-ranking member of the Oversight Committee and also serves on the DOJ subcommittee, and she joins me now. I want to start with the question to you from your perch, particularly the DOJ subcommittee. If my read on this, which is they've kind of like this weird division of labor where Elon Musk just cuts a bunch of stuff and they get to be like, I don't know, take it up with him. Yeah. Because then they don't have to vote for anything. Yeah. And they get everybody's blaming each other. And now that's coming to an end.
Got a problem? Go to that person. Got a problem? No. It's that person that's the issue.
Yeah, listen, it's interesting because the DOJ subcommittee is all for cosplay, right? Like, we had a hearing today, and it was all about trans people fencing. And they brought in someone. They actually subpoenaed a man and was like, hey, we know we give you $0 federal dollars, but we want to talk about this. And I'm like, okay, so this is efficient of us to do this, right? But they did not want to have a conversation around the cuts that you just were having a conversation about, right? One of the things that I decided to do, they may not have wanted to talk about it, but I was going to highlight it. And what I did is I went through each and every one of the members on the DOJ subcommittee. I went through their districts and talked about how many children specifically were at risk for losing their Medicaid. And guess whose district was at the top of the list? The chairwoman with 111,000 children that stand the risk of losing their Medicaid. Yet we're having a conversation, or we are sitting out and giving red meat to Fox News instead of talking about the real issues.
Meanwhile, there's a $400 billion jet with
train
Trump's
is running late right now in terms of the timing of all this. I mean, I was trying to go back and look at where things were, but the Ron Johnson quote was interesting. Again, a lot of this has been behind the closed doors. Trump does so much by like fiat and decree, even though he constitutionally can't, that this has been obscured. In a different administration, there'd be more eyeballs on this. But it does seem like they're running late. Is that your sense?
Yeah, I mean, they're running late and they're running scared. Listen, you either are going to do what you need to do as it relates to the people that elected you, or you are going to go ahead and make sure that you bend the knee to your king. And right now, they don't know which one to do. I don't even know why it's a debate. But that's where we are. Like, this week, we were actually supposed to have markups in two of the most important committees. We were supposed to have a markup in Energy and Commerce. That is where the Medicaid cuts are supposed to come in, to the tune of $880 billion. They also were supposed to have a markup as it relates to agriculture and SNAP benefits, cutting $220 billion from SNAP when people only get $6 a day to eat in SNAP benefits for those that do receive it. And the last time I checked, you probably can't get 12 eggs for that amount of money. And so instead of doing it, literally, there was a leak in a story that came out where staffers said, no, we want to make sure we can flood the zone. So whenever we do this, we're going to make sure that these committees are going to be at the same time. Like, the fact that you're hiding from your constituents, the fact that you literally just are like, let me just throw everything at you so that we can overwhelm you, instead of actually doing your job. I cannot wait until voters have an opportunity to say, you took food out of my mouth, you took a roof from over my head, you're responsible for making sure that I do not have health care. I'm going to make sure you don't have a job.
Do you think the balance of power in that caucus has shifted at all? I mean, you have people that are in vulnerable districts. You know, there's just reporting that they had, one of the ideas they floated was cutting the federal contribution to Medicaid. the folks facing, voters in swing-ish districts got worried about that. Johnson told the House Republicans they were cutting that idea out. You've heard the reporting about the other cuts they're considering.
They don't know what they're doing.
Ultimately, what is your sense of who gets steamrolled here, right? Because there's sort of two factions that can't both have their way.
Yeah, I think it's those in vulnerable districts.
Yeah.
I think they're the ones that are going to get steamrolled.
Yeah.
I mean, when we look at what happened in New York, all of those that were in vulnerable districts, for the most part, 4 out of 5 of them, they ended up losing their seats. So I think it's going to be those that potentially keep them actually in the majority. Those are the ones that are going to lose out. So the Don Bacons in Nebraska, who's desperately fighting for his life. We know that Biden won that district. We know that Harris won that district. And unfortunately, our candidate did not overcome Don Bacon. So you've seen him speaking out. And I think what they'll try to do is they'll try to have kind of this, I'm speaking out, and they're hoping that people only see them talking and don't see what they're doing. And I just hope that we do everything that we can to make sure that those constituents know that they are the reason that you are hurting right now.
Mike Lawler, another one in New York, who was the fifth out of those 4 or 5, the one who survived, is going to have some tough votes coming up too. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, thank you.
That vest, though, that vest is killing. Like, everything she wears, she just slays. Like, this woman can pull off a blazer like I've never seen. That, my dear, was reacting to Representative Jasmine Crockett. GOP is starving families while feeding Fox News. Everything is going downhill. Our heart goes out to people who are going to be suffering from the Medicaid issues that are going on. That's going to affect a lot of marginalized communities, a lot of people who are low income. All the while, the rich seem to be getting richer. And, stay up to date with me, y'all. Let's keep each other posted. Let's keep this community going. Even if you're not a Democrat, hear me out, as liberals do. As people who aren't MAGA, it's important for us all to stick together and to have these conversations within the liberal sphere. But as I've said before, it's not always worth having the conversation with the people of MAGA themselves. And watch your mental health where those things come into play. So I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.